Hello and welcome to another episode of Which Came from the Page. Wow. Do you guys remember tags? That used to be a thing that people used to do. I don't know, do people still do them? If they do, I don't watch them normally, but I do them occasionally when people tag me. And because nobody's tagged me in a tag for like probably over 6 months, I got a tag notification. I was like, what? Somebody is tagging me in a tag? And it was the wonderful Alex from Alex Unabridged, a saint of a man. And this is the Bookbuds tag. And I looked through it, and I was reading the tag, and I was like, aha, now this is a fun tag. This is a fun tag. So there's a bunch of situations, and you like talk about what booktuber you would take along with you for the ride. So for the first question, let's just get into this. It was created by a channel called, appropriately, Bookbuds. Wow! And the first question is, you are stuck on a deserted island and can only bring one booktuber bud, but all of their books would come with them. Who would you want to be stuck with? Now for me, easiest choice in the world. Ollie from Criminolly. Mainly for the books. I mean, like, he's got one, he's got so many books. Two, he's got so much men's adventure that you can do whatever you need. There's no problem if I had to burn that for firewood. Maybe I can build a shelter just out of old executioner books. There's so many possibilities with his books. We can make a raft out of, I don't even know, another men's adventure book, the Traveler series. We'll make a raft out of old Traveler books. It's just so easy. And then I can just, like, every time we do something useful with a men's adventure book, I'll be like, well, Ollie, we did something useful. This is the first time men's adventure has ever been good for anything. And then he would probably stab me. It would not be great for Ollie. But I feel like Ollie, if you're going to be trapped on an island with somebody, you need an inbuilt, thing to make sure that you're not going to go into cannibalism. That's why you got to bring a British person around, because the British do not taste good. I guarantee it. So it's like an inbuilt, just because they don't have any spice. It'd be very bland. It'd be very bland tasting for cannibalism. So I think it's just a way to avoid cannibalism and do something useful with men's adventure. So that's why I brought Ollie from Criminolly. And he would just be a gentleman. He would be a gentleman, I think. Number 2, you accidentally rob a bookstore. I'm going to stop right here. It's on purpose. I've never done it before, but for this reason, I have actually robbed the bookstore. It was me, though, not the other person. You get arrested and you spend a year behind bars with one booktuber that you can read and do videos with. And for me, I'm taking Christine from Secrets Read. She would not be happy about this because we have had a discussion where she's just like, thieves! And I was jokingly like, thieves! And I just think it would be very funny because I think I would get on Christine's nerves so quickly that it would be hilarious to spend like a year where she just has to deal with me. I do like that so far. My reasonings have been like, 1, no cannibalism. 2, I would very much enjoy annoying the booktuber. Christine is great. I just think that I would be naturally getting on her nerves like day 2. So when you get to a whole year of that, oh man, Christine is going to be like, if I hear one more thing about that stupid glasses boy again, I'm going to kill him. Number 3. You are magically trapped in a murder mystery you are reading. Another booktuber bud joins you to solve the mystery. Who do you want to join you? Now for this, very easy. So you see, I was thinking like most of these like murder mysteries, they happen at like a fancy dinner party. You're at a fancy dinner party and you're enjoying it and there's refreshments and there's booze and everyone's talking all fancy. So of course the only person to bring at a place like that is Kelsey from Slime & Slashers, because we would just get hammered and have the greatest time. All the people, we would not solve the mystery. The mystery would not be solved. This would be a cold case, bitch. No mystery is being solved. But we are having a great time where we are just getting hammered. Can you imagine that? Like, we're in a Agatha Christie mystery and, Miss Marple is there trying to solve the case and Kelsey just pukes in her purse. Brilliant. It would be amazing. That's why there would be no one better to go with. This is why I don't do tags. Nobody wants my opinions. I have no good opinions. 4. Well, actually, this one's This is just fact. This is fact. This next one is fact. You magically get trapped in a fantasy novel fighting dragons and casting spells. Which booktuber bud would you bring in to save the day? Well, here's the thing. If you're going to a fantasy world, there's only one person you bring in. Kitty. One. I'm useless in a fantasy world. He's not happening. Like, the highest I can get is, like, maybe an advisor to the king. And we've all seen them in every television show. Nobody likes the advisor to the king. And they're the first person who gets murdered. I could, like, maybe I could be a wizard, but I don't like wizards. Every time you talk to wizards, they're like, I know the secrets of the universe. And I'm like, whatever, dude. Screw you. I hate wizards. You need somebody to join you who could, one, swing a sword. Kitty 100% could swing a sword. 100% could swing a sword. I don't care if she's never swung a sword in her life. You put her sword, bam, it's over. She's a brilliant sword fighter. I don't care if she's never done it. She's a brilliant sword fighter. Maybe she has. I don't know. But two, the more important that fact is that, like, she would romance all of the monsters. You don't really have to fight anything. The only thing that sword would be doing is probably killing dudes. And, like, that's fine. No one cares about humans. We're in the fantasy world. Just kill all the humans. But, like, you know, the best that I could do in a fantasy universe is probably just go and live my best Shrek life where I just live in a swamp and say, go away, leave me alone. Kitty, do you know the amount of monsters in a fantasy universe? There could be anything. There could be anything. I feel like what would happen is we'd, like, separate after a point, you know, get settled in, and I'd be like, I'm gonna go live in the swamp. You can go off, do your adventures, and we'll meet, like, once a week at this local tavern and hang out. Every week, she is coming in with someone new. A centaur man, a dragon man, an eldritch horror being that just shows up. You know, of course, werewolves, a lot of werewolves, a lot of vampires. It would just be great. It would be great. We would never have to pay our tab. Never. You would never have to pay a tab if you go out drinking with Kitty and whatever crazy monster comes in next. Because no bartender is going to be like, oh, that is a scary-ass orc. You guys get the beers on the house. And it would be great. It would be great. I, of course, am not benefiting her life at all in this fantasy universe. I'm just there. But Kitty is probably doing all the heavy lifting. But, you know, if you gotta be, you also want to be with somebody who wouldn't really miss the real world. Like, I feel like Kitty would be like, nah, it's fine. It's fine. I prefer to be in this fantasy world. I wouldn't want to take, like, a random person out who has, who cares about the real world and, like, is very invested in it out. Like, you know, you want to take an accountant to a fantasy universe. They won't work. Number 5, you are stuck in a cloud of sadness, hitting a reading funk, and feeling totally uninspired. Which booktuber bud can pick you up with their positivity? None of ya. None of ya. I like being miserable. You ain't taking this away from me. I'm a miserable person, and I will live a miserable life. Nuh-uh. No thank you. 6, your arms are in the cast for 2 months, and a booktuber bud is going to edit all of your videos. Who's going to edit them? Kelly from Kelly Hooked on Books. She don't give a fuck. She would cut out all the meat. They would be like 3-minute videos. Sweet, to the point. Bunk, 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 bunk. Bam. There you go. You won't have to listen to me yap for like as much as I yap. Bam. Kelly just goes throomp, throomp. Oh, I threw out like most of the vlog you just recorded. It's now 2 minutes long. And I'd be like, this is actually better. It's actually better. So, Kelly, for sure. 7, you press a button and you have instantly read all the books that a booktuber bud has already read. So you get all their knowledge. You're like, my brain is consuming all of their book reading knowledge. Who would you pick and why? And it'd be like, obviously I'm picking Joshua from Coffee Cats and King. He has read so many varied, weird things. You know how much my brain would benefit from just having that information? His reading history is so varied. He reads the most interesting things, and they're always the most random-ass things. And I'm always like, damn, I wish I read that. And now with this magical spell, I've already done it. Boom, boom, boom. I don't think he would want to do the other way around, though, because he'd be like, wow, this guy reads a lot of garbage. My brain is lesser for this. I feel like if he took my knowledge, it would be detrimental to his health. But if I took his knowledge, I'm living a happy life. So, you know, if you want to do this tag, you can do this tag. If you want to tag me in videos and feature more information about who I would or would not cannibalize, do so in the future. Thank you guys, and have a good day. Goodbye.